Hi everyone, it is Nicole here, and once again I'm here with with a amazing business owner and a fabulous coach, and someone who is a webinar host quite often. The amazing, I'll call you Rags because I've known you for a long
Yeah,
time, but
yeah,
Rajesh.
absolutely. Yes. Thank you, Nicole. Yes. And all my friends call me Rags. So we're friends.
Awesome.
We are most assuredly friends, Nicole. I'm definitely a Rags.
I love it. Awesome. So, like Rags, I'm a digital business owner. Can
Hmm.
you tell people in my audience a little bit about yourself?
Sure, absolutely. I would love to. So my name is Rajesh, and my friends call me Rags, and I am a chef and a restaurateur by trade. I own a couple of donut shops and a newly open community-based convenience store here in Vancouver. And I'm an online digital business owner. I've been a digital business owner since June of 2018. So it's been almost exactly 4 years. And like Nicole said, I'm also one of the hosts and I'm also one of the presenters. So I get to I get to share my journey, and I get to host others who get to share their amazing journeys of what it means to step out of what you know is comfortable into something uncomfortable, and then realizing that this is very doable. And then,
Mm.
yeah, and we're going to touch more on that, I'm sure, during the course of this interview.
Awesome. So I love the fact that you have multiple businesses. So you've got, the donut shops, you've got the convenience store, and you also do the digital business. So it's all about diversifying, isn't it?
Yes, 100%. I believe well, I don't believe there was a study done in the United States, and even though I'm in Canada, the United States borders, uh, but the top millionaires in the world have business ventures in at least seven different things.
Mm.
And so I'm getting there. I've
I was
got
going to say, it sounds
yeah,
like you're there.
yeah. It's not quite there, but it's getting there for sure. And I've got other small projects that I work on, and most quite honestly, most of them are just hobbies, and I just love. I'm only doing what I love,
Mm.
which
And
is
that's awesome.
yes.
Yeah, cool. So what actually led you to going to do a digital business? Because, like what was life like for you before then?
Sure. Uh, but life before becoming an online digital business owner, uh, I got to say truthfully, I love my life. I love my life before being a digital business owner. I'm a chef by trade, and I love making food. Like I love making food. Food is my thing. So I started a donut shop back in 2012, and then we grew it to three donut shops and a food truck. And I mean, I love what I do. And the biggest drawback of that of owning like traditional brick and mortar shops is that you have to commute. You have to be at a shop all the time. And if you're not working in the business, you're working on the business. And there are multiple facets of overhead. So we've got rent, we've got payroll, we've got our cost of goods sold, we've got various fixed costs, we've got variable costs. Something breaks down, you have to fix it. And more so than any of that is time.
Mm.
Especially in the very beginning, if I had 6 days in a row off as a vacation in the first 7 years of existence, that was a miracle.
Wow.
That's the truth. I mean, that's just how it is. And then, of course, in the beginning, you're growing the business, so you're not. I'm not traveling. I'm not going anywhere, and uh, I'm not. I'm doing what I love, but I'm not enjoying every aspect of my life.
Mm.
And so, my wife, because the question was what led me to a digital business, is my wife. She found this opportunity back in 2017, and she said, "What?" And we watched the webinar together, the same webinar that I'm hosting now,
Yeah.
and we watched it. I was like, wow, as a business model, this is great. This is sound, and I would do this in a heartbeat. I'm so busy with my donut shops right now that I don't have time. But love, if you want, take this on. You have my unwavering support. Anything you need in order to make this happen, we'll make it happen. And so she took it on, and she was learning, as she's earning, slowly money's trickling in. And
Mm,
then after about 6 months, boom, things started moving.
mm.
And then it was 1 month, 2 months, 3 months in a row, and things were like, holy smoke. She had a really good May. And I said, okay, what do I need to do to jump in on this?
Yeah.
And so, I mean, of course, she's my wife. So I asked permission. I was like, can I join you in this business? Can we be partners?
Mm.
And she said yes. So that's
Oh,
eight. And in 2017, we got married. So in within a year, she said yes twice. Yes. And, and so on June 13th of 2018, I officially became a business owner in the online space. And we've been working on this business together and ever since. And you know what? My wife is the brains of the outfit. She figured it all out. And my contribution is supporting with coaching and mentoring. And we get to take it on as a couple. So she is absolutely the brains, and she makes all the bigger decisions. And I get the opportunity to host the webinar and be one of the webinar presenters to really dive into what it is that we do and how we do it and how we go to market and how this business works.
Mm.
And I get to be a support mechanism for everybody that decides to invest in themselves and take on being a digital business owner. I get to coach and mentor people in order to have them go to that next level, in order to have them get out of what they know is comfortable and shift towards what is originally uncomfortable, but then all of a sudden, boom, things start happening.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Like, because I actually love hearing that you loved what you were doing before you moved into the digital world, because I don't often hear that. And, but you also realize that there are aspects of your life that you could love even more and have time for. So it's that flexibility. And then moving on to like, it's beautiful that you honor your wife so nicely and that you give her that she's the brains of everything as well.
Well, I'm definitely not here to mislead anybody.
Yeah.
She
I
she
love it.
is she discovered this opportunity
Yeah.
on through an ad on Facebook.
Yeah.
There's this ad on Facebook, and she's like, "Wow, what's this?" And then she clicked on it, and they talked about having an online digital business, and she said, "Well, let's take a look." And then
Yeah.
and then and then from there, I mean, I looked at, and then when I joined, I said, "This is going to be an amazing plan B for us.
Mm.
Like this is going to be the opportunity to build like an extra nest egg. We can retire whatever we're doing early, and then focus on all of the other things that we really love in life."
Yeah.
And little did I know that is so far from the truth, because the plan B quickly became plan A.
Yeah. Yeah. That's exciting. It's so exciting.
Yeah.
And so what's your journey been like? Because I know you've been doing it as a couple, but what's it been like for you personally? Because you are also juggling the other roles that you have in life as well.
Yeah. It has been nothing short of magic, truly.
Yeah.
Um, so here's what happened uh, since becoming a digital business owner.
Mm.
Uh, Within 3 months of starting the business, so now whatever Chicago was making, we doubled that in 3 months, because
Wow.
we're not because of the contribution that I make to the business as well. We're able to double our business, and in 3 months after starting the business, we are literally 3 months. We are on a plane going to Japan, and we spent 3 months in Japan.
So you've gone
So,
from having 6 days leave in 7 years to 3 months away.
correct.
Wow.
And that would have never been possible. Never. I
Mm.
say that truthfully. Owning multiple donut shops has been, it's been amazing, and what a ride it's been.
Yeah.
And money just kept going back into the business in order to invest further and grow. With
Yeah.
this, I discovered that we can enjoy our life and still make money.
Yeah.
and have we could all of that and have fun doing it. So my wife is Japanese, so going to Japan for 3 months is, I mean, this was a dream for her, to be
Yeah.
able to spend time with family and friends that she hadn't seen in a long time, and never got to spend more than a week or 2 weeks in Japan. So to be able to do this for 3 months was a miracle. And for me to be able to do this, I've never been off for 3 months of anything in my entire life of working.
Yep.
And I've been working since I was like 11,
Mm.
like delivering newspapers or
Yep.
working at McDonald's. Well, I don't know if I can say McDonald's, fast food chain, a popular fast food chain.
Yep.
So so I mean that's what I did since I was 11. I've always
Mm.
been working, and to have 3 months where there's an income coming in and I don't have to go somewhere in order to have that happen.
Mm.
In fact, I could be in another country, literally,
Yep.
and money is coming in. Unreal,
Yeah. Fantastic.
unfathomable.
Yeah. Awesome. So would you say that that's been like your highlight of,
That is one of the highlights for sure.
yeah, what was another one?
The other one is, let's go back a couple of years, March 17th, 2020.
Oh, yep.
So that's when everything went into lockdown.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, and the entire planet is thrown into anarchy.
Mm.
And so at this point, I own three shops and a food truck, and with my donut shops, and we've got 65 employees. And all of a sudden, we're not open for a month.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, I don't have that salary coming in anymore.
Mm.
All of a sudden, I'm worried about how we're going to make it. Nicole,
Mm.
when I made reference to how Plan B turned into Plan A, this is it.
Yeah.
Because our online business didn't stop.
Mm.
I mean, our landlords were still asking for rent for the spaces that we had for the donut shop. We're in the place that we're living in right now, in the condo we're in right now. They still ask for rent. That doesn't change.
Yeah.
But if we're in lockdown, how does that all happen?
Mm.
So we didn't have to go into savings.
Yeah.
An online business worked for us.
Wow.
Plan B became Plan A.
Yeah.
And this business literally saved my life.
Yeah. I can only imagine how you felt when all of that happened.
During this process, during the past 2 years, I've since retired from the day-to-day operations. I'm still one of the owners. I had hip surgery to replace a hip because of osteoarthritis.
Mhm.
We sold one of the shops and a food truck,
Yep.
and I don't draw a salary from the business anymore. I'm still one of the owners. I just as an equity shareholder, I don't that doesn't exist anymore.
Mhm.
So what was next? And for me, it's been almost a year since I've been doing this.
Yeah.
This online business. This online business made the difference. This online business gave me the freedom to be able to do that. It's not that I don't love what I do. Physically, I couldn't do what I do anymore
Yeah.
because I've replaced my hip,
Yeah.
and I didn't. That that desire disappeared of
Mhm.
wanting to be somewhere all the time.
Mm.
I wanted my focus turned more towards like being with those that I love, being with my wife, being spending more time with her. We got a puppy and spending more time with our puppy, and
Yeah.
and then planning our future. Like we're a little older, so we're looking at adoption, and so
Yeah.
all of these things get to come into play, and none of that would be possible if it weren't for this online business.
Yeah. Such an amazing opportunity that sort of just turned up at the right time for you guys. It's really lovely to hear. So what's the next steps from here? What will we see you do in the next year?
So I'm growing. I've created the community-based convenience store, and that's going to be growing. I'll still be hosting our webinar because I get the privilege and the honor of sharing the stage and and sharing what we do,
Yeah. Awesome.
and I get to be a part of that process that both inspires and empowers others to see what is available and what's possible for their life.
Mm.
Because here's the thing about all this: we don't know what we don't know. We
Yeah.
know what we're capable of, and so I mean, we find ourselves constantly saying, "I know who I am."
Yeah.
Consider that we don't. Consider that stretching ourselves and stepping out of what we know is comfortable and easy and simple, and stepping out of what we consider ourselves to be, and getting out there into something new, stretches ourselves so that we know ourselves to be bigger than we ever thought possible.
Mm. It's
And
awesome.
we will never know what that is. I will never know what that is until I do it.
Mm.
So I can share a story about that.
Okay.
Swimming.
Yep.
Swimming. Up until about 4 years ago, I couldn't swim.
Okay.
It's not that I couldn't swim. I didn't think I could swim. I didn't think I could float. I nearly drowned 3 times in my life. I'm like, there's no way I can float. I can't swim. I don't want to go in the deep end. I hate the deep end. I'm happy just standing in the shallow end and drinking a margarita or
Hmm.
or or a beer. I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
And then Chicago and I were in Mexico, and she's like, "Would you like to learn how to swim?" I said, "Yes, yes, I would." And so we're standing in the pool, and she's like, "Okay, put your head underwater." And I couldn't do it. The fear just grabbed me so hard. I'm standing in the pool. I'm literally standing. It's only 4 feet high. So and I've got tears rolling down my cheeks because I'm afraid of being in the water with
Yeah.
my head under the water. I'm afraid. And then she said, "Okay, just go onto your back and float." I'm like, "How do you float?" She's like, "There's no how. Just get on your back and let go." And so I did.
Mm.
And it wasn't until that moment that I put myself out there and tried it
Mm.
that I realized I could float.
Wow.
That 8 hours later, after practicing and learning and and getting some reps in, at the resort that we're staying at, there's this little man-made cliff. It's about 10 feet tall from the water. So you climb up to it's about 3 meters. So you climb up some stairs and then you look down, and 3 meters down there's this pool of water, and it's deep. You have to swim.
Yeah.
And I jumped off that. That
Oh,
that day.
that's amazing. That's
Yeah,
fantastic.
yeah,
So that's,
and that's not possible if I didn't think myself I could do it.
yeah.
Because for 44 years of my life I couldn't do it.
Mm.
For
Wow.
44 years of my life that isn't possible.
Mm.
It wasn't until I did it that I knew I could do it.
And then you boldly did it. You didn't just do it, Rags. You
Yeah,
boldly did it. You
yeah.
jumped off a cliff.
I jumped. Yes, I jumped.
You jumped. That's awesome. Wow. If that's not an analogy for becoming a digital business owner, I don't know what is. Jump off that
Yeah.
cliff, I think. Wow. That's inspiring for anything that, you haven't tried before, or anything, any fear that you have.
Hmm.
Just, just do it.
Yeah, yeah. Just jump.
Awesome. Awesome. Do you have anything you would like to tell people today before we run away?
But before we run away, the link is below here, and this is where you register with your name and your email address. And this is your opportunity. Period. This is your opportunity to bet on yourself.
Mm.
If you're not happy with what you're doing, this is your opportunity to make that shift. If you are happy with what you're doing and you're looking for something more, this is your opportunity. if you are looking at creating that second income, this is your opportunity. If you're looking at what your full potential might be, this is your opportunity. So jump.
Awesome. Thank you so much for your time and your wise words.
Yeah. Nicole, you are very welcome. Thank you so much for having me. Before I leave, I want to say you are a gracious, generous human being, and your capacity to give to others in order for them to have what they need to succeed is unrivaled.
Yeah.
Your contribution to humanity is pure and strong, and anybody would be happy and blessed to have you as a mentor.
Thank you. You're making me cry now. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome, and thank you
you.
very much for having me.
You're welcome. Guys, as Rag said, as I actually literally am crying, so thank you. Just jump, have a look. Cost you nothing to have a look, and then take some action. Thanks, guys, for watching, and I will be back soon.
90 minutes for the rest of your life.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's a fair trade.
Netflix, just check this out. Yeah. Thanks, guys.